Disney didn't just let Treasure Planet flop, they made sure it did. Behind the scenes, this movie had everything going against it. No proper marketing, a terrible release date, and an executive team that had already given up before they hit theaters. But why? Why sabotage a movie this ambitious, this gorgeous? From the very directors who brought them The Little Mermaid and Aladdin. This is the story of Treasure Planet, Disney's most beautiful failure, and the hidden gem they didn't want you to find out. Before we go any further, please now stand by for a short commercial break. Tired of watching full-length video essays without subscribing? Are your fingers just not doing enough? Introducing the subscribe button TM, now in a sleek, easy-to-click format, no batteries required, and you can have it right now. Click on the red button for a full subscriber experience. The animation was made with a 70-30% law, which was genius. 70% was traditional methods and 30% was futuristic, meaning this is a perfect mixture of Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean, which is heaven to me. The skies in the RLS is gonna be difficult. RLS Legacy were made with newer technology now known as CGI or DFX, while characters were primarily hand in 2D. This blend is majestic and one of the most amazing aesthetics I've ever seen in animation. The old-school pirate style combined with the glowing laser-powered ships and a steampunk-inspired society formed a completely unique world. The Montresor spaceport is genius. Come on, look at it!
That's no moon.
It's designed like a giant crescent moon and is whimsical and futuristic, busy and full of life. Diverse people and creatures reunite here to go across the galaxy and beyond. Bamboo Inn is a cozy, fire-lit, colonial-style building perfect for pirate settings and a stop to rest, feeling far, far away from the infinity galaxies we see on the journey. It has interactive windows and personalized views. Press a button and your gloomy backyard becomes a beautiful orchid garden. I would love one of those, who wouldn't? It's cosmic heaven right there. This isn't just a ship, it's a spaceship. Space pirates, you guys! It was made with 3D animation with classical elements and it's laser powered, which is such a great concept. The crew operates as pirates and space pilots simultaneously. It's so singular and so well thought out. At first, it's a whole pile of nothing. Kilometers and kilometers of a great sky and an empty horizon. Until, of course, the map is placed correctly. Treasure Planet is exactly what the name says. A planet filled with treasures mankind couldn't dream of, but also a deadly trap for those who dared step foot in it. It's beautiful, golden, and dangerous, a machine made to kill. A late pirate's revenge on those who tried to steal what he died to protect. She's probably one of the most relatable women in Disney's history. A single loving mother who would do anything to keep her small family together after an apparently very hard split up. She has to deal with her own business, full of inconvenient-ass clients who can wait 5 minutes for a cup of juice, and a distant and broken son who she dreams someday will open the door for her again. This very first scene shows us Jim's ambitious and adventurous spirit from a very young age, but also her support. Even though she doesn't completely understand, she's there for him. She doesn't have a dramatic or loud demonstration of heartbreak, but it's all in her long stares at Jim and her raw conversations with a friend. We can see she's very tired of doing it all alone, and she barely says it out loud. And I guess for a lot of us, mainly the ones born in the 2000s, we can relate to this kind of, quote, non-traditional family. Only one parent figure, many times single mothers and sometimes grandmothers, who showed us that families can exist in infinite ways, and is more than okay. He's the funny sidekick at first, and you might think that this would be his time to bond with Jim, but oh boy was I wrong. He, just like Jim, craves for adventure. But the difference is that Delbert already has it all. He's an astronomer who's rich beyond reason. He was the one who hired the ship and the crew, successful, and a world-famous dancer. So what else does he need? To live outside his books, of course. He's the one who convinces Sarah that Jim not only should go, but he would accompany him across the galaxy to a treasure they barely knew if it was true or not. At the end, he found something better. His relationship with Captain Amelia is very cute and also full of humor between their clashing personalities. He finds what he didn't even know he needed in someone unexpected. If this isn't a treasure, I don't know what it is. She's sharp, commanding, and poised. She radiates her competence on her first scene, and she's like the cool aunt who protects you without letting you thank her for anything. She's tough, but not hard rock. She feels, she cries. Later on, after Mr. Arrow's sudden assassination, her layers peel down slowly without her losing her toughness. She can be caught by surprise, but she adapts to any situation easily. Her relationship with Dr. Doppler finally gives her a reason to let herself be a little bit. She already knew she was able to, but until meeting him, the motivation didn't exist. Doing research for this video, I found out that people don't like Ben, that he was like the Jar Jar Binks of this universe, and it got me baffled. I know he brought a shift into the darkest part of the story with his deranged energy, and I'm not saying he's not allowed to take, but wouldn't you be too if your memory was lost somewhere and all you did was cling for a life you couldn't remember? He's a plot device, but a pretty good one actually, with roots in the story. He was Captain Flint's only secret keeper and really the final piece of the puzzle. He's the one who saves Jim, the dog, and Captain Amelia for the night, and they almost escaped, hadn't Silver found them first. And his chaotic energy was actually pretty funny, and it created some hysterical moments between him and Jim. Justice for Ben. God, he's a dude. He's terrifying all the way through. His looks and the voice acting by Michael Wincott. He's exactly what Silver almost became if maybe he hadn't met Jim. Cold, reckless, and unapologetic. He wants what all the others do, but the difference is that he's tired of playing games. He acts in the shadows, slow and silently, waiting for his turn to destroy whatever is in his way. He works fine as a secondary villain since our mastermind is someone else. Jim is one of Disney's most grounded and relatable protagonists. He's not a chosen one, a royal, or a cosmic creature. He's a kid like many of us who got left behind. He starts the story pretty bummed out. His mother's inn burned out because of him right before he heard this conversation.
Ever since his father left, well, Jim's just never recovered. He's failing at school. He is constantly in trouble, and when I talk to him, he's like a stranger to me. I don't know, Delbert.
His journey about self-worth is very relatable to me, and I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people. It's emotional, beautiful, full of heart and passion, and it's something we don't see in Disney anymore. Him and Silver are my favorite Disney duo. Their relationship is complex, from strange to friends, enemies, and finally family at the end. The montage of his childhood, along with his growing admiration for Silver while I'm Still Here plays in the background. This is how you make the audience care about a relationship and make it believable. Jim's treasure is being renewed and is so beautiful to watch. Also,
you got the makings of greatness in you, but you gotta take the helm and chart your own course. Stick to it, no matter the squalls. And when the time comes, you get the chance to really test the cut of your sails and show what you're made of. Well, I hope I'm there, catching some of the light coming off you that day.
Later, at their confrontation, Jim stands up for himself and his right to take some of the treasure, but Silver surprises him and probably himself when he chooses Jim over his long-lived dream, and together, they leave the legendary treasure planet behind, bursting into a hell of explosions. And then he leaves Morphs to watch over Jim, and my reaction was literally this. It's a way to show Jim that they're always going to be together somewhere, somehow. And when Jim looks up, he sees that Silver kept his promise of watching the glow he left behind. So, if this movie is so amazing and my personal favorite among so many others, then why the hell it only made $110 million with a $140 million budget? Well, there's some good or really bad reasons for that. It had a terrible timing. It was released on November 27, 2002 during the holiday season, which had a huge competition with movies like Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Lord of the Rings and the Two Towers, and James Bond Die Another Day. Disney gave them no support. Ron Clements and John Musker had to fight for over 17 years to make this movie happen. Who are those guys, you ask? I don't know, only the guys behind The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Hercules. So if Disney didn't get in the way, it could be held along with their best era, and today it would be more than a cult classic. So a deal was made. After Hercules in 1997, they would give them Treasure Planet. However, by the time they actually got to do it, Disney culture had changed. The world has changed. One small little thing called Toy Story changed the game for better, and in this case for worse. By the early 2000s, movies like Monsters Inc., A Bug's Life, and even Toy Story 2 were becoming the rule. Disney lost faith in 2D animation, and Ron and John were sitting around for 7 years until what? Exactly, The Princess and the Frog, another favorite of mine. The major part of Disney movies had cartoons by the time. I remember watching a Lion King series, but Treasure Planet? Nah, no need. They canceled a sequel where William Dafoe was cast as Ironbeard, the villain. Call the police because we were fucking robbed.
Graham. 911, what's your emergency?
Budget was beyond expensive. Since we talked about the 70-30 rule, this was not cheap at all, costing over $140 million. May not seem like much today, but let's compare real quick. Shrek had a budget for $60 million, The Lion King 40, and Lilo and Stitch 80. So if we adjust with today's inflation, $140 million would be equivalent to $233 million. This was enough for Disney to cut the promotion short. Something so ahead of its time and so unappreciated really cost a lot, including John Musker and Ron Clements' careers for almost a decade. They deserve so much justice as this beautiful movie does. And the verdict? Disney is guilty. Treasure Planet is Disney's hidden treasure. It was a love letter to 2D animation, to adventure, and to every one of us weird kids who looked up to the sky and thought, I wish I could be there. It didn't break records, launch a franchise or series, but it made something better. A timeless legacy. A story that floated peacefully with me since I was very young and filled my eyes with those galaxy stars. I will never forget how it made me feel when no one understood what I was going through, and I could just turn the DVD on and travel to my room for a while, in a galaxy far, far away. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here, and let me know your Treasure Planet's memories down below, and if you didn't watch it yet, then what the hell are you waiting for? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon.